Some of the changes that were ushered in after, the movement last year were, of course, there were things we had been demanding. For instance, an expanded definition of rape that goes beyond a very, very narrow definition of rape. And, of course, the inclusion of offences like stalking and acid throwing and so on in the ambit of the sexual assault law. But at the same time, there were several changes that we had wanted which are yet to come. For instance, we wanted marital rape to be recognized under the law, and that was resisted very strongly, and that hasn't happened. And there's also the question of ending the impunity to army officers in conflict areas who are accused of rape. The other problems is that I think in a very blind way, the age of consent has been raised to 18. That has tended to criminalize consensual relationships of young people between the ages of 16 and 18. And especially in a situation of caste oppression and so on, and communal conflict, this change has had very bad consequences.
But let's just stay in Delhi for a moment and look at the statistics. 1,121 rape cases registered in the first 8 months of this year, 2013. That's the highest in 13 years and more than double last year's figure of 468. Now, do you believe that is as a result of there being more rape cases, or that women are now, in fact, more prepared to report rape?
I would say I think the latter. The women have been coming forward to report rapes, and there's also a greater pressure on the police to actually admit a complaint, which it's still an uphill task. Police still does resist filing of a police complaint in the cases of rape. But I think that in that matter, the public pressure in such cases, the tendency to pursue the case and force the police to file a complaint, I think that has improved.
I want you to take us outside of Delhi now and talk to us about the patriarchal society and its influence on women, on rape and sexual violence against women in the rural areas. What have you found, and what does the government need to do next, or India as a society need to do next to change things?
I think there are enormous problems with the way in which sexual violence is dealt with and the response to it in rural areas. It's not that there haven't been movements there. Even before last December, there have been huge movements there. One phenomenon in rural India is especially the way in which women from the oppressed Dalit community, the erstwhile untouchable community, the way they are targeted and raped. So it's also part of a social phenomenon of oppression, gender and caste oppression. And in those cases, and in the cases involving poor rural women, the police tends to not file complaints. Even in spite of enormous movements, these complaints are usually not pursued, not filed, because the media attention on those cases is almost non-existent.
The percentage of reported rapes successfully prosecuted in India is down from 46% in 1971 to something like 25% in 2012. That is, though, still a higher percentage than countries like the US and Sweden in what would be perceived as the developed Western world.
One should not see this as a problem of India alone. Of course, India has an enormous problem of gender discrimination and sexual violence, undoubtedly. But I would say so does the entire world. And, what we should inspire us, in fact, is that there was a big movement in India last year against rape culture, against the attitudes of victim blaming. And I would like to see much more of that in other parts of the world.